What it is, everybody. Thank you for joining me for this special Insomnia edition. Early morning / late night episode 6 of Let's Nerd with Arcanum. I'm Jay Dumont. Let's get into it. Alright, the last time we came up here and explored University Court. I'm on the lookout for a temple around these parts. Not a library. Supposedly there's some temple around here. I can't seem to find it. But yeah. Can't sleep at all. It's an insomnia night. So we are banging out some Arcanum because I want to play it. Where's this temple? Someone gave me bad directions. They said it was past the Bates estate. I see no temple up there. Alright, so I'm going to go... What are we going to do? I'm going to go see if... Sail Terrace, Barracks, Magirium. A Magirium sounds interesting. Let's go in. What's up, broski? How do you do? I seek apprentice training. Never mind. Let us barter, my good sir. What do you have? Large venom shielded garment. Robes, creep armor, gnomish chainmail. Oiled thieves leather. Scrolls of resurrect. 5,000 coins. You out of your mind, man? We do need potions, though. Poison and fatigue. Greater fatigue restore. Let's get a couple of those. A couple of these. Now we are prepared. Quality staff. My homie Virgil needs a staff. What's this one? Shaman staff. Major healing, charm, beast, regenerate. Oh, 2,000 coins. Forget it. Who can identify stuff? Oh, I'd like to get that. Oh, I was also told to buy a keychain. So I have to do that. Let's come up here and see if this magical smith can identify stuff. Magical armory. Hello, here I am, yes. What sort of wares do you carry here? I specialize in high quality armor and weaponry of magical nature. Many of the pieces I carry have been enchanted to assist their wielder with the task at hand. I'm proud to say that my magical smithing abilities are second to none. Wow. You've got the goods, my friend. Chakram, serrated chakram. Strength and con +1, acts of strength. Be nice if I could see Sog Mead Mug stuff here. Alright, he's got a hammer. 1 to 5, fatigue 1 to 8. So let me quick save and see if that Magical axe would be better for him. Damage 1 to 12, fatigue 1 to 9, strength and con plus 1. Gonna buy it. Have to play Tetris here. Give me that. No room. Oh, it takes up 3 of them. Let's buy that and see what happens for Sog Mead Mug when I give him that. Put it in your inventory, bro. I'll give you that in your inventory. There we go. Alright, so his fatigue went 9 to 7, damage went 9 to 20. Let's see what this goes for. $65, 8 to 15, 8 to 12. He'd be doing 9 to 20, so I think that's a good upgrade for him. That's what we're gonna rock with. Alright, can I get you some 324 and the emerald? Guard. Man, so many streets. Paulton Cross. Seer of the Unnatural. Maybe she can identify this item for me. Yes, what is it? Hello, madam, might I ask who you are? The woman seems to look at you, wide-eyed, then seems to regain her composure. Yes, of course. I'm Dolores Beston, spirit medium and teller of future things. I live here to serve the good and noble citizens of Tarant, to make things clear when they are dark, to call for help when it is needed. How may I help you? Could I ask you a few questions, Dolores? Of course. What is it you do here? I talk with the spirits. Look into far-flung future. Look into the far-flung future to see what it holds for those who dare to look. I am a guide in the nether realms, a mistress in the medium of the mysterious. Who are some of your clients? Oh, I serve most of the affluent families here in Tarant. The Willowsby, the Garingsburgs, the ladies all trust me, and I do what I can to lead them away from troublesome waters. Could you read my future? I'm very sorry, but currently I'm having a problem with my crystal ball. I dropped it the other day, and my visions have been foggy and unclear ever since. I've looked into finding another one, but as you might guess, a crystal ball is a rare commodity. I'd assume so. Perhaps I could assist you in finding another? She smiles mysteriously. Yes, I thought you might say that. I have a feeling for such things, you know. From the moment you walked in here, I knew you were something special. Let's not get carried away, madam. I understand not everyone is a believer. In any case, I would very much appreciate your help. If you were to find me a new crystal ball, I'll pay you 200 gold pieces. What do you say? Of course, I'd be glad to assist you. Splendid. Now, I may be able to assist you in finding one. As I told you, my crystal ball is not working correctly, but sometimes a physical piece of the person I am viewing helps to clear the vision. Might I have a lock of your hair? Of course. Wonderful. She takes out the scissors and cuts a small lock of your hair. Now, we look into the ball, see what is to be seen. She stares intently, waving the lock in front of her face. Cloudy, but something is coming clear. Yes, I see where you might be able to procure a ball. Where? In the warehouse district. I see the bordello. There. A small shop just beside it. I see a sign. Madame Tussaud's. Within that shop is a crystal ball. Find Madame Tussaud and you will find a crystal ball. Madame Tussaud, do you know anything of her? I can't say I've ever heard of her myself. There are so many self-proclaimed soothsayers in Tarant. More than likely she's some fly-by-night gypsy out to make a quick buck. But be careful, you never know what to expect from these nomads. I will do, lady. Thank you for the advice. I'll return later. So just content everywhere. I'm really enjoying it. Crimson Way. Alright, so the warehouse district is down this way. Learning my way a bit around. But it's becoming nighttime and you don't really want to be caught around nighttime. Where do I have to go across this bridge? For some reason I don't think I'm going the right direction. I don't think the warehouse district is down this way. So I have a bunch of quests. Yes, the warehouse district is down this way. Madame Lil's. Madame Tussaud's House of Secrets. Hello, Madame Tussaud. Hello, I've been expecting you, traveler. Really, and why would that be? I think you know why. She looks at you, her dark eyes shining in the candlelight. You've been speaking with Dolores Beston. I know the real reason you're here, but I don't think you do. What do you mean? She merely wants your crystal ball. She smiles darkly. Listen to me. Dolores Beston came to my shop not 3 days ago asking for her fortune. I told her, traveler, and here we are. We are all part of what is to come, and it is you that must choose. Just tell me what's going on. Choose, coward, or I will choose for you. On which side will you fall, mine or Dolores Beston's? Blast, I'll not choose. I won't be forced into this. Then I will decide for all of us. Wow. Madame Tussaud, and she just cursed me. What was that about? You've received an ancient gypsy blood curse. Oh no. And what exactly does that do? My charisma's 11. No. How do you cure curses? Not my charisma. Anything but my charisma. Oh, where's this other chick? I've already lost my way. Is she up here somewhere? Yes. Wasn't she? How was I supposed to know who to choose? Greetings, Miss Beston. I return with the crystal ball. She looks surprised. Well, that's just grand. Here's the payment. She hands you 200 gold pieces. Where did you get it? Madame Tussaud, a medium in the warehouse district. Ha ha ha, that old crone. She knew absolutely nothing at all. I knew she was a fake from the very beginning. I'm sorry, what do you mean? Oh, if you must know, I'd heard rumors about her around town. People saying she could actually see the future. Rubbish. No one can really see anything. It's all an act. I like to tell those ladies all day long. Tell them exactly what I want to hear. So I went to this Madame Tussaud and I told her I wanted to see my future. What did she say? She told me that a stranger would walk into my store one day and then it would be my death. Can you believe it? My death. So when I saw you come in here, you can imagine my surprise and my fears. Of course. But don't you see the irony? You've gone and killed her. She was the one who needed to fear you, not me. I broke my own crystal ball just in case someone did show up, and in the end, you kill her, and I get the crystal ball thrown in just for good measure. Ha! So much for old Madame Tussaud. Yes, but she cursed me on her death, and it's your fault. She backs away. Cursed you? I'm so very sorry. Really, if there was anything I could do. I'm sure there's not, that's the problem. Get away from me, I have nothing to do with all that. I'm just watching my own back. It's not my fault. Madame Tussaud was right all along. I'm going to kill you.
Are you blind? What in God's are you blind? What in God's I mean, better luck next time.
What happened? Oh, a guard. Oh, that was crazy. Why did I say I was going to kill her? Oh, and I didn't save. And this is how clever this game is. So get this. I'm not going to get the Gypsy Curse this time. I'm going to cheat a little bit. But I want to tell you guys why this is so clever. Alright, so this is how clever the game is. Dolores says she's never heard of Madame Tussaud. Right? So if she's never heard of her, then why did she come in her shop 3 days ago, as Madame Tussaud said? Wow, that's clever. Kudos, game, that's very clever. So I'm going to side with her, so watch. I'm expecting you, traveler. Really? And why would that be? Think you know why? What do you mean? She merely wants your crystal ball. She's not. Listen to me. Dolores Besson came to my shop about 3 days ago asking for her fortune. I told her, traveler, and here we are. We're all part of what is to come. It is you that must choose. I'll side with you. The fire in her eyes subsides. She whispers, very good. I believe you have chosen wisely, traveler. You may have the crystal ball. I only ask that you take it to Dolores and give it to her. What? But I thought... Things aren't always as they seem, traveler. I ask you do this for me, will you? What do I get in return? If you do this small thing, I will give you some information concerning the Garrison's robbery. Oh, sounds good. I'll do it. Very well. I shall await your return. So that's a very clever game, and it completely outwitted me. You gotta pay close attention. Not a game to be playing on an insomniac night, but what are you gonna do? was crazy. Vermilion Station. Well, this should be interesting. Alright, now I have a different option here. I never said she was dead, Dolores. What? How did you get the ball? She gave it to me to give to you. I don't... No, please, get it away from me. It's a gift, Dolores, just for you. You hand it to her. Oh God, no. Wow. This game is crazy. We have some information on the Griffensburg heist. Oh, that was so clever. I was not expecting that from this game. But the dialogue is some of the best I've seen in an RPG thus far. Very subtle. And things you say that I've been interested, like, impressed by when I did that ruse to the dude at P. Skylar and Sons and it worked, stuff like that. I delivered the crystal ball, dreadful business that. Yes, Dolores Beston tried to run away from her fate. It's as I always say, traveler, the future is inevitable. Now, we had an agreement. You wanted to know about the robbery, yes? Yes, could you tell me where the painting is? She lowers her head, then raises it. Her eyes have rolled up into her head, and her fingers reach out blindly, contorted. I call now on the spirits of the dead, those who see all the secrets of this world. Please, speak to me. She screams, a hair-raising shriek that echoes in the small room, then she is silent. Madame, are you quite all right? Yes, I'm fine. She looks at me, flashing a brilliant smile. I've been given an answer. 57 Mulligan Bone Alley. This is what the spirits say. Thank you, lady. Good day. As I said, I'm a seer. People come to me with questions, and I do what I can to answer them. Sometimes, and she leads towards you for emphasis, I have to seek answers in the lands of the dead. Can you see my future? She looks at you, smiling strangely. I've already seen your future, traveler. A strange one it is, at that. What? What do you mean? She whispers darkly. Never you mind. The future is unknown, but inevitable. In the end, it always comes to be. I'll be going now. Bone Dug Alley. Flophouse. Stand importers. Let's check out the importers. A little dark in here, sir. It'd be really cool if you could ask for directions. And they say, oh yes, it's 3 streets to the south. What is that? Appleby residence. Mindset circle. Or if there was like an information kiosk somewhere. Oh, I'm back up at the Bates place. Thank you. Panari Temple. There it is. Let's go in. Human priest. In the name of Nasrudin, the Panari welcomed you to our temple. How might I help you today, friend? What can you tell me about the Panari? The Panari Church is based on the teachings of Nasrudin, an elf who lived during the Age of Legends. As head of the Elven Council, Nasrudin acted as a guide for all of the races until the rise of Aranox and his evil followers. Nasrudin waged war, and Aranox was defeated. The Panari Church was founded sometime after that. Might I ask a few more questions about the Panari? Of course. What is the Age of Legends? The Age of Legends was a time between 1500 and 2000 years ago, a time when magic was a much larger part of the world than it is today, before the mages left for Tula. Time of dragons and knights and kingdoms, the time of the Elven Council. What was the Elven Council? The Elven Council was a group of elves and mages who oversaw the well-being of all the races of Arcanum. They were ruled by Nasrudin, a wise and powerful elf who was head of the council for 1,000 years. What more can you tell me of Nasrudin? Nasrudin was the benevolent leader of the Elven Council. For 1,000 years he ruled all of Arcanum and brought peace and prosperity to all of the races. His teachings are recorded in the sacred Arcanum, and are the cornerstone of all Panari belief. The Arcanum, might I see a copy of it? The sacred book of Nasrudin's teachings, it's housed in the first temple of the Panari in Caledon. You can see it there. Are there any prophecies that he will return? Yes, it is called the Prophecy of the Living One. It is written in the Arcanum that one day both Nasrudin and Aranox will return to Arcanum and fight the final battle. I don't understand. Isn't Nasrudin dead? Yes, he's been dead for a long time. The literal meaning of the prophecy is unknown. Many believe that they will both be reincarnated, or that the prophecy is a metaphor for something more contemporary. The truth is, we just don't know. And who is Aranox? Aranox was an evil elf who came into power during the Age of Legends. He believed that only he and his followers were fit to rule, and decreed death to all the races. Nasrudin in his mercy came to our defense, and I quote from the Arcanum, defeated Aranox, banishing him forever to the void. What do you mean he was banished? We're not quite sure. Banishments no longer happen. We believe that it took powerful magic to do so, and once banished, the person never returned. But the Arcanum speaks of it, and so we believe. Has anyone else ever been banished? Yes, the Arcanum speaks of others who suffered the same fate as Aranox. There are 4 who are listed by name: Gorgoth, Krakatur, Kurgan, and the Bane of Kree. They were all evil beings, but none were so evil as Aranox. If you ever see the Arcanum, you can read more about them. You tell me of Aranox. Okay, we know about that. A few more general questions. I'm in need of your services. Of course, my friend. What is it you need? Apprentice, I must depart. Glad you stopped in, friend. Would you like a pamphlet before you go? Sure. Here you go. In the name of Nasrudin, farewell. Very quiet temple. Commercial district. What other districts are there? Why do I feel that this place they speak of is in the boil. Power plant. Mindset circle. Oh, it's a circle. Circular street. Low Dervish Road. I bet you it's in the boil. Yeah, I've been impressed by the dialogue thus far, not just the writing, but the cleverness and how you can persuade as well. Persuading those bandits was pretty interesting. Grant's Tavern, have we been in here? No. I don't want to go in there yet. Crimson Way. I want to come back up here, see if that dwarf will join me since I'm level 5. Agnes.
Hello again. What is it that you need to know?
Would you like to join me?
No. I think you're a bit green, just a dwarf always.
Fair enough, level 5 isn't high enough. Alright, let's check our logbook here. Retrieve the map of the Trantian sewers. From where, though? Carries from painting we found 57 Mulligan Bone Alley. Terrence from City Hall and deliver it to him. Where in the world is City Hall? Why is there a red question mark instead of in front of Vermilion Station? Oh. Alright, well, I guess we go into the shady part of town. keep our wits about us. This game will kick your butt in a second. Are there street signs down here though? Is this exiting turret? I think so. Ooh, a barrel full of stuff. Probably shouldn't be roaming around this area at night. Look, someone's wandering the boil. Let's give them the cordial welcome, eh?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that. You think you can just wander into our boil? Well, you won't be leaving, that's for sure. Alright, I don't think that's where we have to go. So where is the street we're after? Rue de Avalon. Low Dervish Road. Oh, it's a thief. Perhaps they'll simply leave instead. We saw that dialogue before. Not exit combat. Why? Went under attack. From who? Oh, this one down here. Come get some. Come on, get him. Nice. Black powder and a gun chassis. What that gun chassis? I don't know. Let's go see what this dead orc had on him. Metal plates. Pull the band. Alright, so let's... And it's time in the morning. XP for them. Celestial South. Are these like mini roads in here? These streets? Oh, Dervish Road. Mulligan Bone Alley. I think that's what we're after. Number 67. 32. 1810 Hands Alley. 46 Mulligan Bone. 57. This is the one right here. This is where our painting's at. Hello, half ogre. I believe you have the wrong house, sir. Perhaps you'd better leave. So sorry, I'll not bother you anymore. Good day. Is that the one? Tell me if I'm wrong, but 57 Mulligan Bone Alley. Painting is here. Let me try to charm him. Now he's amiable. So what do we do? Prowl? Do we just kill the guy? Can't get up, I'm fatigued. Oh, I didn't buy those potions. Come on, fatigue, come back. Seems like kind of brutal just to kill him. Key though. There it is, Kurgan and Persephone. Alright, so Sog, I'm gonna have to give you some things for now. give you some stuff to carry. I can't get into those locked crates. Well, at least we have our answer. Seems a little harsh to kill him, though. What's my alignment meter at? Good and evil. 25 good. It's 3 on the Hadrian. Get your paper here. It's 3 on the Hadrian. Find the Garrigans, or whatever they were. Go this way. We'd have never found that on our own. Garingsburg, that's who it was.
What is it that you want of me?
We've recovered. I've brought back your painting. Here it is. That's wonderful, Samuel Brighton. I'm so glad. I knew you were a man of good character. Here's a reward. Thank you, madam. Glad to be of service. Going to call the paper right now. The whole town will know by morning that you're a man who can get the job done. Appreciate the vote of confidence. Good day to you. About 1,000 XP for that. I can go back to that magical armory though. Gun shop. Wasn't it somewhere around here? Yes, it was. Magic Armory. Do some talking again. Oh, I didn't get that magical axe of strength. Four up and 3 across. Here we go. How about a fine helmet for Sog Mead Mug? Sog, you're gonna be hooked up. There you are. And there you are. Take back this stuff to sell. Coca leaves and tobacco leaves. Alright, let's read this pamphlet. Nope. Are you confused in this new world of magic and technology? Are you sad about a lack of reverence for the old ways? Then the Panara religion is for you. Based on the teachings of the great elf Nazrudin, the Panara religion offers truth and guidance in this world of quick remedies and soothsayers. But don't believe us. Listen to what others have said about the Panarians' beliefs. Never been happier. I even sold my staff of hideous death. Worman Dune, former dark necromancer. Punari good, ugh, oh Naga. Turg Skullcrusher, former ogre shaman. Those Panari buggers are alright in my book. Proc Hilligan, former half-orc bounty hunter. We accept all races, all walks of life. Come and share in the ancient elven wisdom and see how it applies to life today. We're always open. Come on, come on. So this will disappear if I just drop it. Pagan Gods of Arcanum. How many pages is this? Lots. So we'll save this for another time. No. Kill Radcliffe if he's still alive. Alright, Virgil, you're gonna have to do some carrying. Put your staff back on, bro. Weird. Alright, carry that note. Wilhelmina's note. Joaquim's note. Passport for Preston Radcliffe. And I guess that would be it. What's this tonight newspaper? Mystery on the Hadrian. Magicer observed in strange ritual. Staff writer. Police reported a curious encounter that took place down at the banks of the Hadrian River, which runs through Tehran. Seems a local constable observed a man engaged in what he described as behavior of a most peculiar type. The constable stated, I observed this individual for several minutes from my vantage point, which was not far from where the suspect was standing. He was holding a bag or sack of some type in one hand and was pulling feathers out of it with the other. He would then hold the feathers in his outstretched hand in front of his face and appear to be concentrating some kind of magic upon it, whereupon the feather would erupt in a blue flash and disappear from his hand. I observed this queer ritual several times before I decided to fire a warning shot over his head. Unfortunately, my weapon would not operate. The constable went on further to explain that the man had escaped, but in his haste had dropped the satchel from whence he had been pulling the feathers. The sack was found to contain a number of different feathers. Examination of the feathers by the Honorable Professor Tristan Penwick of the Tarantian Zoological Society showed that the feathers were indeed of a variety of birds, some even heretofore unknown species. This information, coupled with the constable's accounts of his weapon misfiring, a known side effect of strong magic in the vicinity, led Penwick to believe this man and his strange ritual may have something to do with the recent migratory anomalies that have been occurring in the Hadrian aviary hatcheries, which others, mainly magic users, have attributed to the so-called poisoning of the Hadrian by local factories. The police have stated that they will continue their investigation. So we need to head to the Zoological Society. That's really what we need to do. And come down here and buy some potions. Regular healing, another regular healing. We'll take an extra fatigue, extra fatigue. A regular fatigue. looks good. We will continue on. So let's head to the Zoological Society and see if they have a quest for us at the Hadrian River. Keeping in mind to autosave at all times. So I'm going to save here and say BRB. Don't go anywhere.